All right, welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DanCBearded, and over here we have the Mayor. And the Mayor joins us as the Mayor's bearded journey. We're following along with his beard growth for the first time in his life. And Mayor, do you know how many days you're in right now?
35 days.
35 days. So we're into month number 2. He's promised us at least 2 months of growth, and then we're going to go from there to see what style fits him, how he's going to keep it, if he's going to keep it. So that's going to be a big part on the channel. Hopefully he doesn't break our hearts. But today's video is all about blending the Mayor's beard into his sideburns. He has a haircut that is due coming up, and a common question we get on this channel is, how do you blend your own sideburns? Because I do that. And we're going to show you on the Mayor, and I'll kind of profile mine and kind of show you guys what mine look like. And that's really what we're going to do. So we're going to have the introduction. While introduction is going, we're going to set up, get ready for this cut, and we'll show you guys exactly how you at home can blend your sideburns into your beard. Alright, so we are going to be blending the beard into the head hair of the Mayor in the area commonly known as the sideburns. Now the Mayor is going to be getting a haircut later on this week, but to be honest, a lot of barbers and a lot of people that work at hair salons don't know much about dealing with a beard, so you want to be able to help them out so they don't have difficulty in that area. And a lot of times you'll tell them to stay away from the beard, but there is a point where the hair meets the beard, and that can be the danger zone. You don't want a big gap that's separating the two. You want them smoothly blending into each other. So this is going to be something at home that you can easily do to prepare for your own haircut or to get your beard ready for a professional haircut. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your favorite trimmers to get ready. For me, it's going to be the Brio Beardscape. The Brio Beardscape offers a lot of really good guard options, and you want to do that because one big piece of advice is your beard, and especially your sideburns, the area where your hair is meeting the beard, is a lot longer than it usually appears by just looking at it. It can be very deceptive until you get in there and you actually measure with the guards. So, number 1 is start with a guard that is bigger than what you think you need. You can take the guards here, kind of brush it along the hair and see where it's going up at. And if it looks like it's going to be taking off a lot, maybe go a little bit bigger. So this is actually the guard that I use for my hair, and this is a 9mm and 12mm guard. But we're going to actually start a little bit bigger than that with the Mayor just to be safe. And we're going to be going with a 15 and 18mm guard to make sure we're not taking off too much. Because remember, once you're working with hair, you can always go back and take off more. You can't put it back on. So it's a good rule of thumb to be safe with. So I've attached my guard. For me, with blending the hair, I always go against the grain. The reason why I do this is I feel that I get a more even and a more natural looking blend as opposed to going down and chopping off a lot. Now, I'm by no means a professional. I did not go to barber school. This is just simply years of cutting my own hair and years of trimming my own beard, and even some of my buddies, and I found that to work the best. So, this is just advice from an experience, nothing professional here. If you think it will work for you, give it a try. If not, I completely respect that too. So we're gonna start off, and we're gonna be cautious on this, and we're gonna try and take off a little bit, and if we need to go lower, we can go lower. So our goal is to keep his beard the same length, especially when he's in this growing journey right now. We don't want to take any of this off, but we want to have a natural transition to about the top of the ear. If we can get to the top of the ear, the barber can do the rest with whatever they would like for the haircut. So we want to have a nice little transition here. So turn on your trimmers, and we're going to start going into the beard, and our goal is to just take off a little bit to be able to blend it. So I'm going to go against the grain lightly. And I'm just getting off a little bit of hair here. And one big piece of advice too, especially if your beard's longer like mine, good thing that you can do that the Mayor has is a light colored shirt. And to make things a little bit easier too, I'm gonna put a light colored cloth over to not only clean up a little bit easier, but also again, you can see the beard a little bit better. And that's just a little good tip to have. A lot of barbers will use a bib or a cape, and that will work really well too. Okay. So again, going in, we're just going to take off a little bit here. And we're just going to go to about the top of the ear. And this is going to allow that trimming to happen. And a lot of times on guys, this area of your hair is going to grow pretty decent because it's where it's starting to blend with their hair. So I'm just getting a little bit, and I'm kind of coming up in a swooping motion, going into the beard and into the hair just slightly. Our only goal here is to blend the two spots together. So now we've got a nice little section here, and it's already blending really, really well. All right, a second tip that I can give you guys is get yourself a boar's hair bristle brush, and this is gonna get everything kind of uniform, and you just wanna kind of go down, but also to the side a little bit. You're gonna see some hairs that are kind of sneaking out there, and if you angle your trimmer, you'll be able to target those hairs. So now I wanna go after these ones right here, and notice I'm gonna angle it where I'm just going after those hairs. Kind of go up and into the ear a little bit. All right, we're gonna test it out with the brush, see where we're at. And again, we're not giving him a haircut right now. We just want to let the barber be able to do what they want and have it nicely and smooth blended between his hair there. Awesome. So Mary's going to give you a shot there. Now he's going to show you the other side slowly so you can see the difference. So notice that hair where it's a little bit longer in this area right here. Then if he switches back, you'll see this nice, smooth transition from the beard to the hair. Now the barber can go in and match that length and even take off a little bit of the hair if they need to. All right, so we're gonna go to the other side real quick, and I'm gonna show you probably with a little fast forward speed and a little bit of a nice beat in the background. So one final step here is if we use our brush or if we use a comb and we get the hair here, right where the corner is meeting the ear, we want to clean that up a little bit as well. This is something where a barber would likely take care of, but it just makes it easy if we can keep them away from the beard. So I'm going to take a comb, I'm going to take my shears, as they say in the games, you know that? Shears? Something I've
heard that used.
I've learned that from my barber buddy. And when you use shears, the proper way that I've been told is that one side stays flat and the other one is the only one that's moving. So it keeps a straight line. I'm not there yet, but that's the word. So what we're gonna do there is we're just simply gonna go a straight line, matching his sideburn, and we're just gonna clean it up there. Nothing crazy, nothing getting too wild, just simply a straight line here, and we're just cleaning up along the way. This is the same way I blend my son's sideburns, and both of them, they don't even have beards yet. So highly disappointing, but hey, what's a father to do? Okay. Beautiful. That is awesome. Yes, yes, yes. All right, the mare's gonna turn. We're gonna get the other side. And again, all I'm doing is cleaning up a straight line from the inside of where his hair is at. This side is a little bit naturally cleaner. Good. And we have some hair up here, but we're gonna leave that for the barber. We're gonna let them take care of that. That'll be a pretty easy cut. It's up off the beard, but you can notice where the beard length is at right here has a nice slow blending into the hair that is up here. Beautiful. Okay, Mare, give them one last slow turn and look at the two sides. Awesome. We'll check back in with you guys in 2 seconds for some final thoughts. Final thoughts and conclusion. So the mare is going to get a haircut this week. We wanted to be able to blend the beard into the sideburns so there were no mistakes or regrets that were going to happen. So what we did is we found a guard that we knew would be a safe bet on the mare's sideburns. We went against the grain, and again, this is just through my experiences, just from what I have researched. By no means professional, by no means something that I learned in a school. It's just what works and what looks good, and to me, that's all that matters. And then we also went in with some shears or scissors, and we cleaned up with a nice little straight line. This is literally the exact same method that I use to blend my beard into my haircut. The only difference is I cut my own hair, so when I do this, I do it with my haircut. So, the mare is going to a barber today or tomorrow within the next couple days here. Mare, what questions do you have for me as you're going through this process?
I've taken these steps to be safe. How do I put it? How am I clear about not wanting them to touch the beard without being insulting and also drawing that line?
And that's a beautiful question, because going to the barber is terrifying alone for your beard, but also when they're working with your hair, getting near your beard, a lot of guys are too nice. They don't tell them straightforward, they leave, and they don't get what they had in their mind, but they did not give that picture. But you also don't want to be a rude jerk about it, so it's a great question. So I would say to your barber, I am growing out my beard. I have blended my sideburns into my beard already, and I would like you to kind of just stay away from my beard, with the main reason that I'm in a growing process right now. And no matter if your beard is at this length or that length, you can tell your barber that, and it's likely still a true story. You can let them know. And I would just say, if you could match my haircut to the hair portion of my sideburns, that would be great. And then what they're gonna do is, if the mare looks this way, the portion where your hair is, they're gonna blend that into the hair, and they will know clearly to essentially stay away from the beard. You have told them that it's in a growing process, that you would like them to avoid the beard at all costs, and they should be good to go there. So, should be pretty straightforward. I mean, this is something that they'll see and they'll say, wow, okay, that's blended really nicely there, and I'm able to just work with the hair now.
Sounds good.
All right, so mare, first time getting your sideburns blended into your beard. What were your thoughts? Anything that you've taken away?
It can really, looking at it in the mirror, it's not something that makes sense really when you do it. So this is a good video to have, and it makes you a little anxious and a little nervous that you can easily mess it up.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a part of growing. It's a part of learning to take care of your own beard. I would think the next step when it's time for this to happen again would be the mare trying it for himself. And if you do mess up, I always say that is one in your bank of learning and getting better as you go through. But this is an area that I do think is important for a beard, especially when it comes to personal preference. Some guys don't mind that area where it jets out. I like mine pretty nice and high and tight. My sideburns right now are actually shorter than the mare's, and that brings up a good point. The reason why mine are shorter is I keep my sides pretty low. I go in with a 2 or 1 guard depending on my mood, and the mare's going to be going in with a similar approach. So after his haircut, we'll probably check back and we'll see if we need to blend them even more and even shorter. But as I said in the video, you can always go back and take off more. You can never put it back on. So that's big.
Yeah, it is big.
Yep. I don't want to go in there and cut it too low and then have his haircut not match it. That would be much worse, as opposed to next week us going in and editing or refining the look, which I always recommend on any kind of beard trim. Go less, reevaluate, come back to it. And that will be big there. So right now, yeah, his hair is actually a little bit longer than mine on the sides, but it's all personal preference. But if you do like that nice and what I would consider a workplace or professional look, you do want to blend those sideburns into your beard so it's not a huge puff out here. And it is an area that is noticed, right? It was brought up on the live stream. The mayor had asked me about it. So people notice about hey, how do you cut those sideburns? And that's kind of a way of saying, hey, your sideburns don't look right. But that's part of growing process. You're going to have a lot of that stuff as it goes along. So absolutely awesome. Mare, any final questions or thoughts for the people?
Just, I plan to watch this video about 3 or 4 times. Take your time and leave a comment if you have a question, as I plan to do as well.
Absolutely, guys. Leave a comment down below. Question for you guys. How do you handle your sideburns blending into your beard right now? Are you doing it yourself? Are you going to a barber? If you are doing it yourself, do you go against the grain like I recommend? Do you go down like some others recommend? It's really personal preference there, but we want to hear what everybody else does, and then usually people kind of find a spot in between somewhere that works for them. So thank you, Mare, for making this video happen. And thank you guys, of course, as always, stay bearded and stay positive.